Alrighty, I don't know what's our next zone. I'm assuming Garland Mall, but I could be wrong. I'm not having my headset on. My ears starting to hurt from the headset. So we had a nice little dinner with everyone else, and that lasted 3 a.m. Hey, they just love barging in my room. Sound the bell, school's in. Ah, crap baskets. Oh, there you are, feeling refreshed, I hope. I was about to make my way to the studio, as it happens. I wanted to try speaking to Scholar Montague, thank him for coming to our rescue in Rasada. As it turned out, he came here to see us following the hearing, only to find out we already departed the 4th Avenue. Knowing him, he's probably already hoping to chew the cud of his former students. Since we're still waiting for Yashol and others, I thought now is the perfect time to pay him a visit. Care to join me? Sure. And so, the twins will be coming in too, assuming Alpha can tear himself away from his new toys. I'll let you rally the troops while I go ahead of the phenomenon. Considering my recent impropriety, perhaps I should avoid showing my face around the stadium for a time. It might be for the best. If the others should return, tell them we will not be long. First, I need to go to my retainers because I need the equipment. And I'm gonna get money. Hey, that's old. Money, money, money. There we go. So, my off time, while I was like cooking dinner and such, I did some of my hand-ins, and holy crap, Alchemist. It was double XP for the hand-in at the Grand Company, and I gave it a high quality item, and boom, instant level. I was like, I just had a little smidge of XP in it. Nope, instant level. I even gave it a little bit extra too. That's the fun kicker. It's like, holy fuck, damn, son. Ugh. Looks like I need to start desensing things. Actually, imagine desensing this fucking things I have on. The plot thickens. Did take a nap, but I'm still pretty tired. Oh, he's practicing. If I could master these fiendish contraptions, so can I. Yeah, first roll. Skull himself was there. In that case, what are we waiting for? I'm too eager to see him, though I somewhat dread the thought of visiting the stadium. But there's our nor to precede us. Alpha of all people worrying over his reputation, and Alma matter, no less. No will wonders ever cease. I understand soon enough. Off we go. Feels like only yesterday that I first walked through these doors. See that sculpted picture of both entrance? That's the Marco Thalic. No. The scholar, burial wars and knowledge. It's no exaggeration to say that Sardin itself is one enormous shrine to him, and especially notable here in the studio. Hey, is that a door? I'll sculpt a picture. There. Here it is, phenomenon. While I expected you to make a note of it before, one can hardly miss it. This is the first time you've been here of the official business, correct? While most of the space is taken up by expansive audiums, it also houses numerous laboratories, testing grounds for experimental magics, and a host of administrative offices and so forth. At the center of what will be later become the studio, it's established to promote the study of etherical phenomena. It's the same. Though, with the ether being a fundamental aspect of nature, its scope expanded to exclude every conceivable facet of life, even the universe itself. And then, the 432nd year of the sixth astral era, Phenomena has decreed completely, and the studio officially opened as a place of learning. With a long and storied history, it's not without question the world's leading authority in meteorology, the arcana, occult, astronomy, astronomancy, and countless other fields stand proud as Charlotte's most educational institute. We had this lecture, aren't we? Are you guys just rehearsing? You always enjoy giving the grand tour of the new students. Indeed, long since lost track how many times he has recited that same floppish speech. Such as the underlying line for his old stomping ground. Or stamping ground, sure for stomping, but whatever. It was on top of form back then. Youngest to enter the studio. Graduated with highest honors in magical arts and ethereology. Undisputed champion of the debating chamber. Gee, I wonder why. Hold on, you both joined the studio at the same age, and from where I stand, you're equally prodigious scholars. Nice of you to say, but Alpha did not actually enter half a year before me, nor did I did well enough to graduate with honors. And I'm certainly not the studio's most notorious master debater. In all respects, I've always been in a shadow. If nothing else, just remember that this was the legend of Alpha 11 year began. We should expect everyone to be fully aware of our recent escapades. Hopefully we'll be somewhat more welcome here than in the last stand. I know better than anyone else the adoration a student body has for Alphanoid, and with a bit of luck, it might work to our advantage. No, there's no time like the present. First things first, let's look to the scholar of Monohashi. Our outer Felicity tended to frequent their offices, but unfortunately for us, he is fond of wandering wherever his whims take him. Let's ask the students who they stand. Damn it. Oh, wow, okay. That was Alfie earlier, wasn't it? It's Alfie over here! And he's with sister and Master Pedastian's granddaughter. There's only mean one thing. The event eapot shattering in proportions is fast approaching. Resword! Oh, sorry, you said you were looking for the scholar? Yes, knowing him, he would be anywhere, but Miss... Alof should have a better idea. So he had his word to me about himself. Oh, sure, I'll tell you about it after my business in the scholar has concluded. A scholar? Tell me, my good fellows, does that the same in the world from catastrophic? My turn our attention to Master Liberty's graduation thing is I too have my doubts regarding our policy and non-intervention. Is it true that your experiences overseas are the reason you have incurred error in the form, or I wouldn't give you to see those buttheads with those old cougars? Ah! Fanboys! Wow, sure got 2 and he got like 5. Things were bad enough during our school days, enough when his time abroad has only heightened his fame, or should be that infamy. Yeah, his rivals and detractors, of course, though most of them gave that up after his adoring fans set upon him like a ravenous dogs. After the other hand, never paid them much notice. They were simply beneath him. Oh, God. Here we go. Are you lost? Wandering off the street, perhaps? Hey, don't tell me. You're a training gleaner fresh off the ill ship. All right? All right. Oh, how silly. Orientation is on her. Let me bid you a warm welcome to the searchers meet. You're definitely their mother! So, if this is what her name is, last name, this is the daughter's mother. And one does the Wondrous Tales we do each week, and the other ones are weekly donations for the collections for scripts and shit. And when she acts, I can see why they act like that, especially the older sister. Let's start with the question: what's the most important thing you find in the studio? That's right, books. And what's the second most important? Well, that's simple. Everything else. That's what we do here in the Searchers Meet. Whether the students or tutors find themselves in need of equipment or materials, they come to us. If we don't have it in our stores, we send the cleaners to find it. Honestly, you wouldn't believe some of the requests we get. Eyes of Paza, this, tongue of Gigatoad, that. That's enough to make your hair stand on end. It's possibly what some of our students are trying to accomplish. This is being a school of magic and all. As our newest gleaner, you have work to cut out for you, but I think you are quite overwarning. Hold up, I can't see the whole fucking thing. I didn't want that. The only thing I'm interested in is gleaning this information from the school officer's whereabouts. I tracked up my knickknacks in my time, but I'm no gleaner. I'm going to rephrase that to your daughters. So what you're telling me is you're not a gleaner? Yes, that's exactly what he said, isn't it? And you're looking for a score lunch? I'm afraid we don't have any of those in stock. Oh, but I can't. Oh, you mean him? Oh my gosh, you're definitely their mother. You're definitely their mother. Again. Wow, long options, not a good thing. Yes, he was here, but he's not. No, he's not. I did speak with him shortly before he arrived, though he said he was on his way to Maker's Meet. Go back the way he came in, you'll see on the opposite side of the entrance. His laboratory is sourced, home of many rare and expensive cures, not to mention alarming frequent accidents. If you lose your way, just follow the growing screams. In time it's taking me to tell you all this. The scholars was probably already left. Best of luck finding them. I feel like you'll need it. So to prove it, this is definitely her mother. Ella Pof. Yep. That's the younger sister. And the older sister. It's funny, their mother is actually a dark clan. While the daughters are more light clan. But yeah. It's scary that that was their mother I just ran into. Oh, I see where they get their attitudes from. I'm sorry, the moment I saw that, I was like, wait, no fucking way. And yeah, it's her. That's the mother. Unless it's their fucking older sister, but I'm pretty sure that's their mother. Oh, so we go out here, which is weird. That one should be over there. I'm being dubious here. Oh, heads to it. Whoa, what the hell? Huh. Yeah, this is Scarlet just here a short while ago. He offered me advice on my current research project. As I always spoke at length, I don't recall mentioning where he was planning to go next. When we parted ways, he went down the corridor. I was one of the oratoriums. Hold up. Gotta do this. I gotta figure out some voice dialect in this one.
Ah, I remember you.
I can see Louis White and being besties.
I pray we have not caught you at an inopportune moment. We wanted to offer our thanks for your kind words in the forum.
Well, I could hardly let that inquisition go unchallenged. I've always believed that curiosity should be nurtured, not stifled. Thankfully, a majority of my colleagues agreed. A slender majority, aye, but a majority nonetheless.
Yeah, 51 versus 49.
Had the vote not gone our way, we would be having a very different conversation, if any at all. Though I'd like to think you would have not given up on our cause. I'm told you paid a visit to the annex afterwards.
Yes, that's right. I was hoping to speak with the grandchildren of my dearly departed friends Galuf and Louisois in a less dour setting. But it seems I just missed you. I still can't believe how much you've grown. If only your grandsires could have seen the way you presented yourselves to the Forum. Why, it fair brought a tear to my own eye. You must have the patience of a saint, putting up with this lot and their antics. Never mind Matoya's prize student. Luckily, I know a thing or two about managing unruly younglings. If you ever need advice, don't hesitate to ask.
If I may, there is a rather more pressing matter we wish to discuss. What can you tell us of this duty that the Forum must fulfill?
I doubt he's gonna able to say anything.
Nothing, I'm afraid. Like all humble servants of the Forum, I am sworn to secrecy.
Same.
Or rather, I couldn't tell you if I tried.
Oh.
Our duty is of the gravest importance. Furthermore, if the particulars were made public, it would incite widespread panic. As such, those entrusted with this duty have been bound by an enchantment, which prevents us from speaking of such matters without the express permission of the Forum.
So that's why the guy's like, "Hi, you just..." It's like, okay, who's the Darth Vader in the room that got choked him? So they're bound. Confirms Anima. Come on. Chained? Yeah, it's fucking Anima here. It's gotta be here. Oh, fucking A. But who the hell is the fucking main forum? Or Anima is the main fucking head honcho of this place? That's gotta be fucked up.
How is that even possible?
Anima!
It's been some time since I last gave a lecture. Please, take a seat.
Bound by duty. Bound. It screams Anima. Okay, Professor. Okay, the guy's like my freaking one astrologer.
We shall begin by reviewing the fundamentals of etherology. The ether, which imbues us with life, can be categorized into 3 forms.
I think he's gonna give us a hint.
2 are of the incorporeal sort, the soul and the memory. Can anyone tell me the 3rd?
I don't think a fourth or either.
Yes, very good. This is the form with which the layman is most familiar. Consumed by even the simplest of daily activities, and replenished by the food and drink that sustain us, this form of ether is in constant flux. In contrast, the ether that comprises the soul is rarely subject to dramatic change.
Unless...
The same can be said for memory, as the 2 are intrinsically linked.
Unless you've been influenced by their primal.
Picture the soul as paper, and memories as words written upon it. Now, what would happen if that paper was doused with ink? The same type of ether as comprises the memories.
It would blot out everything that was written.
Precisely. We would be unable to recall the memories, and any activities that depend upon them would be hindered as well. In fact, this exact phenomenon was observed on a vast scale not so long ago. And what might that have been?
Bahamut. The Calamity.
The 7th Umbral Calamity.
Because no one remembers
The people of Eorzea vividly recall Bahamut breaking free of the Lesser Moon and raining hellfire down upon the realm. But no one could seem to remember the events that followed immediately afterwards.
Indeed. To this day, we have yet to determine whether it was an unintended consequence or a deliberate act. The enchantment which binds me and the rest of the Forum is based on a similar principle. And yes, it is a contravention of the Charlian prohibition against the practice of memory manipulation. Only when a new member is inducted and told of our great duty are they subjected to the process. A necessary evil. You have my word that it would never be used to manipulate the populace?
I should hope not. But can this enchantment be dispelled and your memories restored?
If 9/10 of our members give their approval, then the process may be reversed. Then, and only then, would we be able to speak freely to others of our sacred duty. Barring that, we must wait until we return to the ethereal sea. For there we will be purified, the blots upon our souls washed clean. And our memories drift apart and dissolve, rather defeating the purpose, I suppose. But there are those memories that are indelibly etched upon our souls.
All right, Echo.
What happens after that?
We are reduced to pure ether, coalesce with that of others, and create souls anew. Alternative schools of thought assert souls remain whole and return to the corporeal world, reborn into another form.
Like the Ascians.
Both theories have their proponents. Personally, I consider each equally probable.
Crow? Yeah.
Well, I think that's enough education for today, now that I've given you some food for thought. Or rather, an entire banquet.
Wake up, Ink! Oh shit, yeah.
I would remind you that although I'm unable to assist you with certain matters, the resources at my disposal may still be of use to you. I'll arrange for you all to be given the run of Phenomenon. Of course, as associate to our alumni and the students of Baldessian, this privilege is extended to you as well, my friend. Oh, and I suggest you speak with Ki Aliapo. She's well known among the artisans of Sharlayan, and her network of contacts may prove useful in your search for knowledge. I wish you all the best in your pursuits, wheresoever they may take you.
So now you propose that thing, there's some... Get my grandmother, if you're a gay... Oh, what? If you're a game, I'll put your artistry to good use. Oh, this will give me access to the fucking, the crystalline meme type thing. Very curious. Which is freaking hilarious because she's... Okay. Yeah, let's switch my... let's say my... Okay. So helping out. Wow. What? Right, let's see. It's here, the one Soil was talking about, yes? No? Galleon, yes? Brilliant, just the man I was hoping to see. I'm sure you're aware the studio is the most prestigious educational institution in all Charlotte. As such, we'll make away with investigators and students. Learners are employees, so we held the highest standards, of course, which is perhaps why it's so difficult to find assistants we need of late. Surely you understand the trouble of finding competent and capable help. That you have come here suggests you're willing to lend a hand. I'm certain you will have much gain from working with us. So if you know if you commit to lending your services to the studio, I should warn you, however, there is much I explained in your beginning, so please be certain as there. Yeah, sure. Let me explain our work here. Professors and students at our main facilities gather as searchers meet in order to do business and with and recruit cool individuals such as yourself. Allow me to briefly introduce these to that permit. Okay, so these are my... Here is Borag with the fellow archaeology. Works as assistant of Professor Arusha and currently seeking skilled metal worker to help restore an ancient relic. There's Jude, who's belongs to the facility of astronomy. He seems to be looking for an artisan able to work with leather, cloth, and wood. But he won't tell much more than that. He's awfully shy, you see. We have Debray, a student studying the facility of medicine, and further she's carrying out research and provision of Professor Gowash. In any case, she's after resolving everything into medicine and nutrition, so culinary alchemy. And here is her Nageshi at facility of anthropology. She told me she's researching a botanist and minors at present, but established she's a professor taking on damn a formal task. Last but not least is Professor Taylor Hakai, an associate professor of the facility of anthropology. There is a need for a fisher to help him conduct research for his thesis. Fortunately, things don't seem to be progressing well for the moment. I say these are the 5 of the most in need of supplementary aid. I'll leave it to your discussion whether you choose to help, though it would be forewarned that commandos mean something of a hot lunch. Just not to leave anyone alert after you agree to help. Okay. I have that unlocked. Oh, hey, Jesus Christ, looking on the channel. What's going on here, folks? What's that generator fell? Back. It's not Jonah without been 2 backs. Nothing to be happy about. What's that janitor fella? I'm sitting AFK in an area of peace wait times for one pull schmuck not to be able to log in. Like that happened at Uzi. I heard one of Joe stars. Get to it. Right there. Well, the server be kicking them out anyways. Probably not if they're just bots. Why did they pay us to just stand around? Because they really want to stand around in a game. They probably, though, they just have one AFK while the other characters do a content, usually a Savage Gear. Ever think it's a dev? I bet it's Yoshi's lady. How? Let them stay along in the same count, play a second character, or they're playing for 2 subs. Either way, it's dumb. Living their best life, dancing all eternity. Jonathan isn't harming anyone. Logging up the server. Not hurting anyone? Have you seen the damn queues? Dude, I enter in with 5,800. 5,800! It took me 2 hours to get in. I was visiting my one friend and I got back. I was like around 8:20, and I was like, okay, you know, I better get in. Probably it's peak time. I'll make something to eat and I'll log in. Yeah, it was 5,800. I didn't get in until like freaking like almost like 10:50. Ridiculous. My theory is great. Here's the players decided from a free company anyways. I will remember 10 years from now. It pays to be here like the rest of us. And that and the 5-hour wait time. It doesn't play. 2 people can take it or make it in 6,000 player queue. He patiently waited 3 hours to dance all they want. Yes, but they can exploit to stay in and not get AFK. They shouldn't want to queue. Well, I could be in it if not. In fact, someone is just dancing at a crystal. This is some gigabrain takes here. Are you correct that 10 AFK dancing people are the reason there's 5k queues? It helps? Laughed my ass off. I wish my chat was horny. Ah, yeah, it's Saturday. I forgot. We're mini Bullmark mode. All my homies hate AFKers. Queues are in the prom. It's the era 2002. I had that 8 times. Me brain can't comprehend the logic. You can think that you want to, but I for one will be bothered at this moment. Shit, you're right. The AFKs made that error. You know, for the fact they were exploiting, if they were playing a second account, it's kind of likely they can easily remain active. Load times are going to settle down as until the launch rush dies down. It's an MMO, it happens. It's frustrating, but you know. But Yomi Chan sure can also AFKs when I hug. You can easily avoid AFK pressing a keyboard macro. Yeah. North America is not that bad. In Europe's servers, you have 10,000 queues, which I see some of the streamers on the UK. Whew. It's like, volume and 13,000 queues. Like, oh my fucking gods, I didn't think that exists. It's kind of dumb to go offline. Yeah, so everyone just cheese AFK and make the queue worse. Imagine if they made AFK dodging a punishable thing. Saves someone to blame, to be honest, not the players. That's debatable. They probably will soon. That would suck. You know, this is coming. The Jonathan apologists will riot. What if you're dodging the kick because you know you gotta take a 40-minute deuce so you can use a keyboard macro? Dude, if you have to take a shit for 40 minutes, you got some fucking problems. 40-minute deuce, keyboard macro, I feel that. Yeah, I gotta use the John. Has some time. I don't know what you thought you're thinking, buddy. I've heard they have time to hit everyone that is idle, regardless of the reason myself, but I'm also not going to complain about the after a queue because I'd rather play the damn game. Does anyone know about the old Algon who knows what to do with them? Thurman, the Coex, and Borgata? We don't know, or at least I should know. You know, it makes me madder than a full stack on a red light. My Battle Boys only playing one sound over and over, the mutant voices, and not hearing any of the cutscenes voice acting. Never heard of that phrase before, but I know it's part of my vocab. Thanks. Bun boy! I want to be bun so bad. Okay. So that's what everyone's fucking talking about these days. Some of my earliest memories of Scholar's monitoring, actually, it was a close friend of our grandfather, I think. Did you say granddaughter or granddaughter? Grandfather, okay. Who comes to tea and amazes with his tricks, much like his demonstration of the paper and ink. He's a huge part of why I wanted to enter student in the first place. While Scholar's monitoring is best known for his role at head of the studio, he's said to be the finest mage historians I ever produced. Kind of saying for himself the ease in which he weaves the extraordinary complex and powerful magics, but no reason to doubt the claim. Sorry, I meant to say to do with Elegant from Shadowbringers and say it's for currency. Save for my free fans now. No, most likely I'm gonna buy another one anyway. You can turn all the shopper products. Time for the idea. Well, that's given me as much to mull. I feel as though we're a step closer to understand the form's true motives and the mysteries of life itself, for good measure. It's funny, I came here with a intent of expressing my gratitude to only leave more in debt than before. Feeling his friendship and support would be a great point to us in days to come. On that note, let's head back to the annex. Perhaps on the way to there, acquaint yourself with Elpo as a scholar suggested. My share finds me. I gotta restock my dark matter clusters because my submarines are about to be destroyed next round. So I gotta keep at that shit constantly. Oh. Oh, shit. I'm freaking tired. Seems that I've done an adequate job of relaying our school of Monterichan's lectures at Raha. Given the experience in the field of souls and memories, he had no trouble understanding it. Better not let your guard down around a clock. One of a small favor becomes another. Then another, and before you know it, you'll be running on another side of the world in search for a bottle of wine or some other rubbish. Then again, it might make a welcome change of face for your unusual heroics. As such, a scholar said, could also lead to interesting discoveries. Steve returned alone as he departed for the studio. Shame that he missed the chance to attend our lecture with the school, or perhaps not. I haven't spent most of the time in town around, yet fully grasped the lie of the land here in Shorting and found my way to the next privilege challenge. So, you're not a Minotaur. Okay. Fair enough. Welcome back. From what I hear, your trip to the studio proved most educational. While you're away, I received word from the fellow Scions. As expected, news of the Warrior Scouts has met with much joy. Preparations are now underway to bring the leadership of the Grand Company of Eorzea and the Eastern Alliance together to determine a way forward. At first, I have asked that we will bring the scales in our possession to Limsa and Lensa. Yay, my hometown. So the time has come for us to go on the offensive? It's too early to say for certain, but that does seem to like the way the winds are blowing. I, for one, can think of no reason to oppose such a plan. Let's see what awaits us in Villenburg. Let's start by getting the scales out of the stores. Oh yeah, give me a hand, would you, Indian? And all of a sudden, the scales are not there. Whew, I didn't realize those crates were so heavy. It's dragon scales, what do you expect? I shouldn't complain though. Vitra and the alchemists did great work, put their heart and soul in each and one of these scales, so you must treat them with utmost care. Are you not coming with us? As much as I would like to escape from the forum's watchful gaze, I have little choice but to stay the line. We're already on thin ice, and if I, in my capacity as our official representative, were found to be consorting with foreign powers, well, you can imagine how that will go. I should remain here and do my utmost to avoid ruffling any more feathers as I wait for word from Master Batoya and our allies. With luck, we'll soon have good news on our own to share. The tide is about to turn, I can feel it. To Limsa! My waifu. Step on me, mommy. Or in this case, step on me, pirate mommy. Ugh. Oh, what am I doing? It's over here. I was totally expect you, or as being will be aware, the Admiral is at present entertaining its Elder Caesar and the Sultana. Three of the most powerful women in the world are in one room. Do you know what to prepare, or shall I show you to? Well, yeah, I could go. Hey, you want to ask for the champion stripper of Eorzea? And trust me, I have a stripper joint. Male stripper, Chippendale style, man. Going down. Oh no, fuck. Okay, screw voice acting, screw you too, fine, whatever. My apologies for calling away from short at such short notice. On the contrary, we're honored and grateful, and pleasantly surprised to be joined in such esteemed company. This is the only way the discussion is conducted in person. We're locked in a war of attrition. Our forces struggle to contain the threat posed by the towers, and it's only a matter of time before we are overwhelmed. Victory only be claimed through decisive action, and we have taken initiative to set the wheels in motion. It's reassuring to learn that we're on an accord. But I ask what your plan entails. It hinges entirely on the warrior skills and our ability to utilize their potential to the fullest, obviously. During your time as Charlie, the Allied nation has engaged on separate fronts with no end sight. To make matters worse, the search and abduction of Kobold, Sahagan, Exil, and Nata has been giving rise to an increasing number of primals as well. Oh, so we're seeing Titan, Leviathan, oh Jesus Christ, Garuda, and then fucking Lakshmi is going on a rampage. But your time to arouse his house has given us cause to hope once more. Time has come to free ourselves of this menace. It's you, the Science of Seventh Dawn, who has shown us the way. While the bulk of the forces will continue to hold the Tarothri at bay, we will dispatch our finest to strike the enemy's heart, Gaudelwald. There's very few will be Isbar contagion. To think such progress has made in such a short a span. Its objectives are twofold. It's first to provide aid to the people of Gaudelwald. As previously reported, countless Imperial soldiers and civilians have been tempered, robbed of their free will. They serve the Tarothri's every whim without question. They too are victims. It's our duty to deliver them from their suffering, not to strategic or political gain, but because it's the right thing to do. Despite the fact how the Empire treat you guys like shit, you're actually showing mercy. Okay. Great, we do have some of our members who are Garleans, like the Reaper quest lady we just got recently, and some of her members. Sid, Gaius, and Nero, and maybe there's a few others that are not being so roughly named much. I do not ask that we set aside decades of conflict and conquest, that we should simply choose to forgive and forget. Only ask that choose and remember we do not also forsake our compassion and morality, for without that there can be no reconciliation, only death without end. On that we can agree. Our second objective is the colossal tower that Thancred and Oriandre observed in the capital. Though our purpose remains unclear, there is a reason to believe that smaller spires are merely precursors of what yet to come. Until the tower of Zot was toppled, we failed to make any headway through the same old state of the Shoparite. There certainly is no rush to press further into our lands. I wager the spire's primary purpose is to fight and keep us occupied while they work towards our annihilation. This would appear to be sustained by Yoshila's analysis of the towers, influenced by an ethereal occurrence. Based on their observation inside the tower's eyes, the spire siphoned ether from the land, consuming it to maintain their form. However, they drove forth far more than required for the task alone. The excess of ether remains unaccounted for, but we'll be sure it's not being harnessed for our benefit. It wouldn't be surprising if, in the least, if they were being redirected to a larger spire in the capital. Yeah. There's a logic in that. Regardless, once we have uncovered the truth, they'll bring their schemes crashing down, along with their infernal towers. That's all well and good, but what would you let us do? I'm assuming it's more than handling over the scales and bringing our way. Want you and your scales to join the Ilzabog contagion. Consider it as an official request from both the Grand Company of Eorzea and the Eastern Alliance. Do you accept? Well, the Shillas want us to go frontline. We're going fucking frontline. Perhaps you should be the one to answer that. You know who we haven't seen for a long time? Maximo. I haven't seen him since I think maybe 5.3. Maybe 5.2. We haven't seen him for a long time. Trying to put it better myself. Still, I thank Ren and Ratchet, however, pleasure support and are on their way to meeting the rest of the contagion. They're positive you will come to the same decision as they did. Luckily for all involved, their prediction was correct. Once you have delivered the warning skills at Omega, the contagion will embark its journey to Ilzabad. Rubon and Lord Emmerich are overseeing preparations, so I suggest you make yourselves upon arrival. Pack warm clothing, first on the leg. Without it, the cold will do you in before the top bird do so much draw steel. As for us, we'll keep the enemy busy while you're gone. You're not the only ones who created the version. Now go, safe in the knowledge that yours it will be as you left it, or better upon your return. Yeah, that's not like I said, Maximo. I haven't seen him ever since. Oh wow, everyone's over here. I want to quiz Thancred and Oriaja in the conditions we expect in Garlemald. I know it's cold, but how cold? When I need to keep my ears covered, it can be a bit sensitive at times. Or cat boy. Oh man, this is rather daunting, though not quite the way I was expecting. We're standing shoulder to shoulder with our Alliance finest, the best of the best, Warrior Light and, well, me. It's silly, I know. Perhaps it's the way to distract myself from the past I should be worried about, or I should be worried about marching up Garlemald. Well, you did want to go there at the beginning in the past. If anyone asks after me, say I'm getting a fine and get on a fine and leave it at that. Don't you dare breathe a word about the cord. Ah, fancy me here. I'll trust our mutual friend is setting my life as a silent. Collaboration was never his forte. The moment we were fighting, and off we go, like a galley cast swept in a breeze. But rest assured, he'll always be there when you need him, probably. Okay. Guess I'm sorry. Robon! Ah, the Wanderer's returned. He had been busy bringing down a tower and producing the keys to destroy the rest of them. You should be proud. These warning skills of yours are what made this whole adventure possible. Will you and Lord Emmerich be leading the contagion? Regularly, no. Our role is to organize the various delegations into a cohesive unit. Once we have set you all off, it's back to our respective posts. We dare not neglect our duties for too long, at least our defense efforts fell into disarray. And just between us, there was a fair amount of opposition to the formation of Ilzabad contagion. The very suggestion that we send out some of our finest troops behind them and lies to renegade the Guardians has made me rather unpopular in certain quarters. Huh. Can't please them all. Sadly not, though I do my best. Truth be told, I'd rather be at your side, charging into the fray. Alas, my battles of my own to fight, where words may serve me better than any blade. I hate to say it, but Lord Emmerich's struggles mirror my own. For the time being, it's best we get off you the peace of mind from knowing, or else yours is in safe hands. As you fight the good fight at Ilzabad, I and other commanders will do what we can to convince the naysayers that Carr suggests. Thank you, both of you. We meet again. Gaius! And Maxima! Fuck yeah! Oh, Jesus Christ, I thought we were not going to see him again. Much has occurred since we parted ways in Werlet. From what I gather, the protective talisman's containment led to the formation of this planetary force. My contribution on this occasion is but a minor one, but that being the information I can share with Maxima, for the sake of the people of Garlemald, may the fates be on your side. So you're not coming with us? Strange, I thought you had a stalking us. Between him, Nero, and Sid, they should be fucking serious about this shit. This is their homeland. I do, the Rothroy have laid waste to my homeland and enslaved my people. But though every moment of my being cries for vengeance, I cannot be the one to deliver it. My presence alone will only pace the entire mission. Jeffrey, why? I know you have a shit fucking past, but, you know, bygones be bygones, man. You guys have been helping us out for a while. I stand accused of murdering Emperor... Well, yeah... Okay. He has a valid point. I forgot about that. He still has warrants as a killer. I stand accused of murdering Emperor Virus and pledging Garlemald into chaos. Were I to travel with Elsbach Contagion, I will only give my countrymen ample cause to question our motives. Conversely, those who believe in me innocent may instead celebrate the return of a former legatus and attempt to raise me in a position of leadership. Yeah, that will cause another civil unrest. Further destabilizing the region and complicating the continuous mission. Yeah, much I love to fucking have guys in our team, but he makes a fucking solid point. Way too solid point. Okay, could you be fucking cheesed about the story? Yeah, we could have guys in there, but yeah, we can't do it. But no, it makes fucking perfect sense and logical reasoning. Whether I'm branded a villain or hailed as a hero, I will only hinder your efforts. Okay, camera again. Oh god, so many fucking good options. Well, mine's this one. I don't want that one. I want to say that because of how the story of Warlick was so good. And I will defend on my own dying breath. After sacrifices my sons and daughters made, I could do no less. I and the government of the world intend to offer refugees to those fleeing Garlemald, should that time come. We'll be ready. I'm glad that Maximus is still alive. I was wondering. I've been very worried about him these days. In light of Guy's rather unique circumstances, I instead will assume the role of your guide. Oh, cool. He'll be with us. Though I might have defected for political reasons, my love for Garlemald endures. I will stop at nothing to protect her and her people. Well said. May I ask to escort our friends inside? Might even bump into an old acquaintance or two, and if I don't see you again or depart, may the Fury guide you and protect you, all of you. We're gonna see Sid, aren't we? Can't read my fucking picture again. I wonder if Makoto is gonna be in there. Oh, I fucking blew my head, man. Nicholas mentioned earlier that we received a report from our troops that may be of interest to you. While engaging with the Lunar Prime, a great worm swooped down from the skies above and came to their aid. Tiamat? This worm describes as a spinning image of Tiamat! It was stated she too contributed to the war against the Total Alpha. Fucking Tiamat, you're awesome! Oh shit. Like guys, I do stand accused of Varys' murder, though I'm rather less recognized on sight. Still, something to bear in mind once we reach Garlemald. Yeah, that's a good point. So that's Gaius Balsar, the hardest he must have seen. His man of his own making, I do not doubt. Yeah, this is the first time you've ever seen him. I suppose it's easier for some people to forget there were civilians in Garlemald, too, when there were only Imperials that were our soldiers. With the knowledge of our allies, the whole in line of absence, we may devote our attention to acknowledging response. Regardless of how many countrymen receive it, the cold will not treat you kindly. Honor us, may at your own peril. Huh, got a care package here. Best of the best. The other members of the Elsbeth Cathedral are gathered in the Royal Palace. I should inform your arrival. Please make your way inside as soon as ready. Oh, please go get who's in there for some reason. The remaining members of Silence, you're in front of most of those Patreon weekends then. We only can see you through. Yes! Who is in there besides Sid? Obviously Sid has to be in there.
By the 12.
Okay, what's going on? Holy! No fucking way!
Glad you could join us. I hope you don't mind, but we went ahead and started without you.
As you can imagine, our traveling companions were eager to become acquainted. 'Tis a rare thing indeed to see such a diverse and talented group of individuals assembled for a single purpose. We fight not only for the sake of Eorzea, but for the entire world, including the people of Garlemald. Much rides on the efforts of the Ilsabard contingent.
Holy shit! There's some of the Black Mage members, the Thief Guild. Holy shit! There's Savian. Holy shit! Some of the Guildmasters. Oh, this brings the fucking tear to my eye. Holy shit! Everyone I have met, even fucking the scholar warrior chick I was with. Holy shit! Holy fuck! Pippin's there. Oh! Even the Dragoon main quest guy is here. Oh my god! This brings a fucking big smile on my face.
Indeed, which is why I am glad to find myself in the company of many trusted comrades, yourselves included.
Lucia.
I have come at the behest of Lord Emmerich, who has honored me with the role of Ishgard's representative. And for the good of all nations, not least my former homeland, I am determined to see this mission through to its end.
Oh yeah, she's darling.
We have a hard road ahead of us, but walk it we shall, together.
We too welcome this opportunity to work together once more. I have faith that, if there is a way to resolve this conflict, we will find it.
Allow me to introduce you to the rest of our company.
Oh please, I can actually talk to each one of them.
Everyone! If I may have your attention.
This is fucking amazing. This is truly fucking amazing.
Might I ask you to speak first?
Oh Jesus Christ, really?
If I must. I am Arun Senna, spokesman for the Gridanian delegation, here on behalf of my esteemed sister, the Elder Seedseer. We shall provide support and protection to those in need during our time in Garlemald. To that end, I am joined by healers selected by the Conjurers Guild, with the Order of the Twin Adder's Finest serving as our escort.
The Archer Guild.
Of course, with an experienced white mage such as yourself accompanying us as well, those requiring more involved treatment will be in safe hands. Raya O sends her regards, by the way.
Oh, that's fucking cool. They even recognize me as my jobs. That's fucking amazing.
Suppose I'd better say my piece.
Hey!
I know you.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
The name's Sicard, in case you've forgotten. Truth be told, I'd rather you had forgotten. Any road, the Admiral asked Captain Hillfear to send his best, and for whatever reason, he picked me. Of course, if I'd refused, I'd be the laughingstock of the bloody executioners, and my reputation's taken enough of a keyhauling as it is. But more importantly, like any pirate worth his salt, I know when you're staring down a storm, you gotta trust in the commander of your ship.
I'm glad he learned.
So if the Admiral wants us to go to Garlemald, not for plunder and glory, but the promise of peace in our time, then that's what we'll do.
That's my scholar quest
Since we
giver.
all know how much the Empire loves its steel, we thought we'd bring along a few smiths to make the most of it. Give them a pile of scrap and they'll cobble together anything you fancy. Of course, just like the Gridanians, we got fighters of our own. We might have come with a more constructive purpose in mind, but we're more than capable of cracking skulls, believe you me.
Well, you're certainly raring to go. But then again, so are we.
And then leaves.
The most dependable warriors of Uldar and Alamigo have assembled at the Sultana and General Aldin's behest.
So, 3 of them are the Black Mage Guild. We got... I don't know why hell the Rogue is in their squad, but okay. Oh, no, that's the Pugilists! I forgot, that's the fucking Pugilist from... Holy shit, and there's Pippin. That's fucking awesome.
If Garlemald has truly fallen, then the whole place is likely to be crawling with Telophoroi. We'll need plenty of troops to clear and hold a path for others to follow. That's where we come in. Naturally, Marshal Terrapin and I will be leading from the front.
The Midget Squad!
It's been some time since I last saw you in your element on the battlefield.
From what I've heard, you've become pretty fearsome yourself. Master Matoya? The Avatar of Destruction? With comrades like these, I know we'll succeed, no matter what awaits us.
I just love fucking Fangry. I just like, yeah, where did that come from? Oh, God.
And then we might finally get a chance to enjoy a good long rest. But until then, let's give it our all.
As for Ishgard, we Temple Knights have come in force to uphold our nation's commitment to the peace and welfare of our allies. The bitter cold of Garlemald is a formidable enemy in of itself. Our experience fighting in ice and snow will prove invaluable in the days ahead.
Yeah, Ishgard's pretty bad with that.
Accordingly, I have been designated commander of the Ilzabad contingent. I will do all in my power to provide you with the leadership and guidance you require.
And you know some of the tactics in Garlemald.
The 4 high houses, House Hylinart foremost among them, have arranged for a host of machinists to join us on our mission.
What a stallion.
Their knowledge of Imperial Magitech is sure to be a great boon. They will address any problems of a technical nature, together with the smiths of Limpsa Lomitsa. There is another awaiting introduction.
Who? Sid? Oh, God!
Lord Emanolaine!
Emzir!
Ah, yes. Emanolaine de Forton, at your service. Though, lest there be any misunderstanding, I should stress that I've not become a fearsome warrior while you were away. Rather, far from it, actually. My brother, in his infinite wisdom, decided this would be an excellent chance to make something of myself. Oh, and fight for world peace and all that. But, should the opportunity arise for a spot of ballroom dancing, I will be your twinkle-toed gentleman of light.
Ugh. Hey, that's Hildebrand's fucking title. God damn it. I will actually have a third one. It's like, Gentleman like that. I think someone has that title. Meanwhile, Hildebrand. Oh, God. This is so fucking amazing seeing everyone I have been with throughout my career of my jobs, my white mage, my machinist. Everyone is here. Well, not everybody, but point being, it feels like everyone I have touched is here. It's fucking amazing. See, Blizzard, this is how you make a fucking game. You actually make your character fucking important. Not saying, oh, you're a champion and you go off as a fucking frontline. No, you touch everyone's lives. They know you. You know them. We work together.
Huzzah! I cannot wait to regale Honohua with my tales of daring do.
Just don't die on us, please. We have enough from Harshwant issue.
I believe that concludes introductions for the Grand Company of Eorzea. Our allies from the Eastern Alliance were due to arrive some time ago, but it would appear they have been delayed.
Oh? What happened?
Would that be the shinobi of Doma?
Actually, they've been tasked with relaying messages back and forth between the various Eastern nations. According to Lord Hien, however, an equally capable company of warriors has been sent in their stead.
Go Getsu? Please go Getsu's here.
Out of my way, you preening fool!
Well, that's for Dora. Oh God, no! Oh, fuck!
Forgive us for coming late. We are the delegates of the Eastern Alliance.
Holy shit, we fucking have...
Cyrena, and you've brought company.
We have Bajda with us?
For battle and blood we come, as the steppe is sorely lacking in both. No towers befoul our lands, so we marched on those of Doma, only to find them beyond our reach. But now our thirst for slaughter will be slaked. No quarter to the enemy!
Sadu Hatun, no. We go to make peace with the Iron Men, not war.
Warriors of the Steppe, we've heard many tales of your bravery. We welcome you as allies. And these other ones you have brought are...
That's Rustic.
Members of the Dalmascan resistance group, Lente's Tears.
This is like amazing.
And the Bosnian resistance.
Yes!
Between them, they have a wealth of experience in espionage, and are particularly adept at infiltrating Imperial facilities. Which is fortuitous, since Garlemald's domain is so vast that I could never hope to handle reconnaissance duties all by myself.
Dalmasca, Bosnia, Alamigo. All lands which have suffered the tyranny of the Empire. I would never presume to question your motives. Nevertheless, I must reiterate that our goal is to aid the victims of the Telophoroi, the common folk of Garlemald. And they are victims, make no mistake. Though I understand that many may struggle to see them as such.
You're more right than you know. For every one of us that answered the call, there were a dozen that refused. Not only in Alamigo, but everywhere we went. And who could blame them? The Empire's always been the enemy. But after seeing what we've seen, fighting and working against and with Garleans, There's no denying the simple truth. They're just people. No different from you or I. They've got their share of liars and murderers, but so do we. So do we all.
Yeah.
Fordola, who once swore herself to Garlemald, has proven herself a trusted ally time and time again. Every Eorzean here knows Cid Garland, the Imperial defector who shared with us countless technological wonders.
Yep.
Gaius bloody Balesar himself is working to help rebuild Wurlid, a nation he once conquered. So you can believe me when I say that every fighter here understands and accepts that the Imperials are not monsters and are deserving of help. Or at least that they were able to put aside their feelings for the greater good. It won't be easy, but we're all determined to make this world a better place.
What lingering concerns I may have had were clearly unwarranted. I agree with everything you said wholeheartedly.
Yeah, that was a good speech, Lise. That was good.
Then we are in accord. Now, let us review our strategy. To reach the Garlean capital in northern Ilsabard, we must cross the central mountain range. Fortunately, Garland Ironworks can provide aerial transport, sparing us this most treacherous part of our journey. However, attempting to fly any closer to Garlemald would attract the attention of the Telophoroi. As they appear to have seized control of the majority of the Imperial military, we must assume that includes its fleet. In addition, Garlemald possesses devices that can interfere with airship navigational systems, further discouraging an airborne approach.
Yeah, but isn't Garlemald really unapproachable to get there because they had such etherical disturbance of lightning aspect? That's why in Stormblood, when you had the intro of the title screen with the trailer in the way, it showed Garlemald has lightning, but even they said it's like, yeah, it's hard to get in and out of Garlemald because of the fucking interference of the etherical storms. So, I don't know, that's weird. I feel like this moment of this scene shows you how much you have accomplished in your time. If I didn't do Baja, this wouldn't fucking have been a thing. They were like, oh yeah, we just brought some people in. Or it wasn't even fucking part of your crew. Or if I didn't do fucking Warlick, I wouldn't fucking actually be talking about Warlick with Gaius. It's like everything up to this momentous account I have done is now being brought to light in one fucking amazing package. It's so fucking amazing. I wonder if I actually go back to my unending journey, it will actually show me a different fucking outcome. It's like, oh, you didn't do this progression, hit this tab. And I'll bet you probably a third of this fucking shit a third of this shit wouldn't even fucking existed. Or even recognized much.
Given the circumstances, the closest we dare deploy our contingent is an area between the range and the capital, the Magna Glaciers. From there, we must travel the rest of the way on foot. We will also need to bring the airships with us to ensure we can withdraw with haste. Although much of the terrain will be blanketed in snow, we should be able to make use of local roads and shipping facilities. The vast ice field will afford us an unobstructed view of the surrounding area. On the other hand, it will also allow others to easily spot us, so it is imperative that we only make camp in positions where we can easily defend ourselves. And the airships, which must be kept safe at all costs.
We cannot account for every possibility, so we must be prepared to think on our feet. We will be tested. Sorely tested, I expect. But for our homes and for our people, and a people not our own but in need, we will succeed. Spare no effort in your preparations. Once we depart, there is no turning back.
Oh my god, I can talk to everybody. I am fucking so talking to everybody. I'm here representing the Marauders Guild. It is my job to keep them dismissed out of harm's way. Mind you, when the hammers are theirs, they can put up a fair fight themselves. With a bit of luck, this will be over done before you know it. When this is when it's over, we'll pay the Axe Master a visit. He still tells all the new recruits about the time that you killed Kajia and avenged the boy's parents. I married like it was yesterday. Oh my god, this is so fucking amazing. Until the Empire fell, the Guardians were the only ones who were allowed to impose tariffs upon the sea. We're in an easy picking, but I made myself a pretty guild. Since they were so generous to me and mine, perhaps it's time I return the favor and give a little something back. Hey! Greetings, guys. Time has come as the Marines will show our valor up on the battlefield. Always will see us with know our name and quake with our might. Victory comes hell or high water! Yeah! Can't lie to you guys, I wasn't heard of this whole thing when Sandstorm spoke to me, but if it means you being your brother in arms, then who am I competing? I shouldn't be so hard on him, I suppose. This bard you is quite impressive, yes. Yeah. Impressive, really. Yes, one must give credit where credit's due. Rather could one otherwise, after all. This is the fucking bard squad. Sandstorm for my Lancer. Our followers have been finally recognized in the Order of the Twin Honor. Naturally, it goes here to help us. One of his ability as a bar is unmatched. I do worry about his judgment. Whatever you need, I should keep him a close eye on, I promise. Oh, never mind. He was also the part of the bar. Oh, God, this is so fucking amazing. Yep, Ed. Often, his father told me the struggles faced by Omega in the days of the occupation. I, too, had crossed swords with the Emperor on many occasions. Though Goma has lost been our bitter enemy, her grace has elected a bolster of the blood contagion with members of the Moral Flames. As representatives of the Sante, we are the one commitment to the cause. Kokoboki! Hey! So, we came as quickly as we could. We will follow your example and devastate the Buffalo with the extent of our powers. Probably not for your brothers, but Jose will return soon enough. So you guys are gonna go fucking full on fucking Black Mage? I'm so glad I found you. I have for you a letter from Master Hammond. Let's see it together, shall we? Oh, Jesus Christ. Now let's see here. I'm very confident that your fist will bring the Buffalo to your knees. And should you expect any beautiful maidens there? That's Hammond for you. Oh, you old fucking ledger dude. Oh, God. Everybody's perhaps has seen my praises. Charming master. Well, more fool me for thinking the letter would contain something actually inspiring. Just let's forget this no exists and focus on Ballyhead. Oh, Maxima. I guess my lot with popular is the bridge divide between Garlemald and her territories. That will make a common cause. But we're disbarred as a radical element. The senators are looking to destabilize the empire within. Many friends, even my parents, perished in unfortunate accidents. I too, will sure have met the same fate and have not defected. Nevertheless, I still dream of equality and peace for us all. As the world itself stands on the brink of collapse, I'll hope that one day my dream will come reality. I also take Maxima. Well, if it was known as a social gathering that we turned to be, I would have addressed an occasion. I'll save me $1 million! Still, this seems a perfect opportunity to mingle with the other guests. Well, I'd be correct in assuming that these ladies over yonder are Serena and Sadu while the Steve. Go ahead, hit on Sadu. Just see how that goes. Don't be surprised you'll be strapped to the bed. And probably get some burnt marks after that. Just saying. Perhaps I should introduce myself, though. I don't much like the one of the fellow with an enormous axe. Well, yeah, you don't want to fuck with Magni. Oh, isn't it gallant? This one part of the manufacturer's future is looking brighter than ever, my friend. I'm pleased to report that I have a handful of my colleagues have been selected to join the contingent. Heard the expedition has ended, even the Temple Knights will be seeing our machines praised. Once we have a board witness not only to our mechanical proficiency, but our combat prowess too, of course. See any of these off characters or anyone familiar? Okay, Maggie, what's going on with you? With the mole champions at Novum and the Dwathal haven't sent so many here, I thought defense stepped in their essence. I would have done so were it not for my stepbrothers. They urged me to grant our allies the sun's might and his radiance might deliver it unto victory. Though I must tolerate the presence of the Pharaoh Dorothi dog as first among my brothers, I could nonetheless accept this challenge. My deeds will become stuff of legends. How you going, Soda, you fucking masochistic bitch? I cannot afford the Iron Man or the troubles. It's destiny of the weak to die in ignominy. Even so, I will do so as I agreed. I volunteered to join this band at Serena's request. If she thinks it's a worthy cause, it's a reason enough. Though we hail from different tribes, our bond has grown strongly. She is much better company on a hunt than any steps elfish men could dream of. I'm glad to see you well, Galleon. Grandmother was worried for you. That's cool. The night I agreed to come hither and join the contagion, God sent her a strange dream. 2 suns, one burning red, another frozen black. Closer they circled, closer and closer, and they danced, and the world fell in the room. In blind chaos, she spied blackened silhouettes, knew that once that the one was yours. Yet we know how to interpret this strange state as a sign that great danger awaits. Whatever lies ahead, I will talk with you, traveler. Rostek, how you doing, you son of a bitch? Let me express my deepest gratitude and roll and liberate Bajta. Me and my countrymen owe you more than we can ever hope to repay. Now that our dream has finally been realized, Bajian has sent fit to send a few of us to join the expeditionary force. Hope our skills will be used. This is so fucking amazing. Alright. Let's have a look at you. Touch never has entered the battlefield, perhaps. Well, I should be there unless I was a temple knight, so right here behind me. Though I might not look at it, I was at Shirker once upon a time, so you can rest assured I'll give it what I have in the coming fight. I certainly won't be showing up by yours, Gideon. Yeah, he's our Lancer guy. I have close ties with the scouts of the Eastern Alliance and various resistance groups, and they're absolutely joy to work with. Plus, we have countless steadfast allies on our journey's course. Indeed, we're joined by today many new acquaintances who in time shall come with our call our comrades and mayhap friends. I always have suspected to find the man who taught me red magic amongst our numbers, but he's nowhere to be seen. Oh yeah! I suppose he had to share our unpleasant experiences with the Empire, but we shall. So we all. Perhaps there was some other reasons. Yeah, but I think he's not doing so well. I remember the last encounter, he took it as some. He's kind of ill, if I remember right. But in any case, I'm feeling I'll see him again once it's over. I'm sure he'll be pleasantly surprised how much my swordplay has improved since we last met. This is extraordinary. To be such company, to find us what allies to offer, with comrades such as these, we're bound to succeed. I'm certain of it. I did not expect to see the other former Azuran in all places. As he well knows, I'm not for reverse recruitings. We shall instead let our lads do the talking once we're in the battlefield. Then we'll see if the other has been diligent in his training. We've been a part of the military operation links before and before great numbers, but for some reason it feels very different on previous experiences. Despite having shared a little more than the introduction, there's already a palpable sense of camaraderie. That's because it's all me. And in case you're wondering, Eshreva will be staying behind to defend the 12s with my sisters. She was of the opinion she would make useful addition to our contingent and was eager to make good on her vow to accompany me as well, which was flattering, but ultimately it was decided that our skills would be better put to use keeping our homeland safe. I'm of course obliged to share with her every detail when I return. Okay. Dude, this is like the most... I gotta fucking take a screenshot. This is like the most... Oh shit. Besides the dog is assembled here, the Amaja and 7 other beach tribes opted to send troops of their own. Oh, even the beach tribes are gonna come. Unfortunately, due to their physiology, many would struggle simply to survive the harsh cold climate and other The cold, I don't know, the kobolds, they have fur, but I don't think they're gonna survive that. temperature. Sahagin, no way. They're dead immediately. The Nata, they're fucking definitely dead immediately. Let's see. Sylphs, they can't really do it. They'll fucking die because they're almost plant creatures in a way. Fuck, actually, yeah. Mania was strong simply to survive the harsh climate as above. They will also likely improve tempting targets for ducting by a teleport. That's true. That was like it's living Ramu on us. All things considered, they would be a better aid to the cause by bolstering our defenses and healers, while their eagerness to do so has been noted. We few shall have to suffice. Ere we embark, we must distribute the warding scales to our comrades. Care to do the honors? Yeah, because the Maja are lizard men. Obviously, if they're like how lizards are, cold-blooded, they don't survive. Sylphs, they're more to the 12s would, and they're kind of almost plant-based creatures. And the kobolds, I think they could survive, maybe? Sahagin, no, they're fucking dead. Ixals, I think they could be okay with it. The Voth, forget, they're bugs. They can't fucking survive that. Mughals don't fight. Vanu, maybe, but Kojin, they're turtle folk, I doubt it. Nada, like I said, they're dead. Namazu, they can't fucking do it. They're fish, they're fucking screwed. Yeah, they're fucked. Where's skills for the extraordinary delegation, I take it? Where's skills? These enchanted talismans, or should be talismen, would probably require considerably less time and effort to produce if the alchemists of the great work were not so preoccupied with making them look pretty. Many thanks. These talismans might prove the deciding factor in the battles to come. I find myself conflicted by this raid in the Golem mode, sent by the Empire to infiltrate Ishgard, only to throw in my lot with these whose secrets I was supposed to be stealing. Now I lead a mission to save the countryman I betrayed. But that is doubtless why I was chosen by Sir Emmerich. He will have me put my extensive knowledge and former ties to good use. I will not disappoint him. For the future of Ishgard gone around the world at large, I will lead us to victory. As a set of warrior scales I spy? Now that I know what they look like. Wow, look at these. Even a layman like me can tell they're bursting with ether. Well, better to fend off the tempering waves? Is that the right term? Anyway, let's get these, give us one less thing to worry about, which leaves the other mountain of whatever else is waiting for us in Golem mode. Only one way to find out, yeah. And nervous or not, I'll march upon all 7 hells. I'd like to get a chance to put Xenos back in the grave where he belongs. Or you got something for us? Ah, those scales they were talking about. Pretty little things, aren't they? Reckon they'll be worth a guild or two when it's over. But we'll hold them on for now. And one more thing, I know you're all thinking, why didn't they send Enzhard himself? Bugger all I know. All the Emerald and the Captain and Hilford told me they need someone to help safeguard the future. Here I am. Can't say they have got a sense of humor. Of course, some of you might be wondering what a good pirate is on dry land, in the middle of a solid snow of all places. Well, me and my crew would do whatever it needs doing, so let's set sail and whatever saying goes on their ships. Yes. So these are the famed warding skills. Not for me and my men, I see. I myself am especially grateful for this opportunity to visit these distant lands. I wish they followed the steps of Master Atoa and learn of the star we would call home. Indeed, this is the primary reason I volunteered to join the expedition. To journey outside the 12th and much less enter Imperial territory is a rare privilege afforded by a Pajal. Not that I'm tagging along with to see the sights, the Gromwoods would benefit from my healing magics, as would our comrades should fighting break out. Fair enough. Here will be Colin and Garma, so we came prepared. Oh, the talismans. We're to keep these close in all times, yes? I'll say that no one will replace theirs. Before I got a message from Ian. In distant lands and tired strives, together stand, together fight. Darkness shines the light of life. Oh, I have done his words justice. Delman, much like Othard, has been plagued by the towers. Yet while he could not be here, he wished to express his share of conviction. He and Yuguri labor without rest to unite the people, and with their aid will keep the enemy at bay. And we of the Steep and the Eastern Alliance repaid our efforts by ending this war. Do you have a word to go for me, too? Yes. You're important to us, man. Thank you for this, and for such going incredible lengths for the sake of my people. Though I have little to offer in return, I would impart some advice, if I may. You have been told by many aware at the Call of Israel, and I cannot stress enough that this is no token warning. I will distribute specifically made warming tinctures, courtesy of the Alchemist Guild, but I understand that there are no substitute for proper protection. I leave the provisioning outside of protection to your discretion, and let us proceed to Alameda. While I make your product preparation, I have pilots ready for the airships.
I'm assuming citizen bomb, no? Oh my god, that was like the most epic fucking scene.
Preparations, got my armor and my lance. What more can I need? Since my revival, I've been laxing and expanding my limited wardrobe. Think we have time for a quick trip to Old Charlotte? I recall a fetching coat. This coat is quite warm, but I have something rather thicker on occasions like these. There's no telling how long we'll be out in the open, and we can't go starting fires willy-nilly if we want to avoid detection.
Well, thank goodness, since I have you in Final Fantasy War of the Visions, your coat is actually pretty damn good. 500 something hit points, 10 to defense. So, yeah.
If anything you still need to take out, you better do so now. Concordian is afforded by the flesh against wind and coal are commonly sold in ill-done merchants, though there are dubious provinces of efficiency. Tis said, however, there in recent days the Alchemist Guild have produced a tincture capable of such a feat. Many of the achievements of their Therian counterparts this spurred them to action, that there may not put to shame. Something a constant refrain would require warmer clothing. My present garb might be lacking, but fur color notwithstanding. You're gonna freeze your ass, Justola. Arianja, you're kind of fucked. I'm just saying. This is our last chance to make ready before we set forth. You needn't worry about Arianja and I. We still have what we wore in Garlemald before. The stand claims to be quite warm and toasted beneath his armor, and since he spent a fair time north recently as well, I have no reason to doubt his words. Most of the others will be borrowing great company stock. The rest of you could do so likewise. I suppose, provided you're not overly concerned with style. Not to put too fine a point on it, but I would be seen dead on one of those ridiculous overcoats if only I had time to find something to my liking.
Really, Charlotte? You gotta be a fashion sense mode.
Is that the cry of silence in need of a tailor I hear? Oh no. Rose, are you? Oh no. Even worse. But how? I have my ways. Oh yes, indeed. You thought you can sneak off as well without telling me? Ha! Nothing escapes my notice. Now, you will wear these garments I made for you whether you like it or not! You never cease to amaze. But why do you need a new outfit as well? Wait, are you coming with us? What? No, of course not, silly. On the name of fashion, rather the pursuit of the highest quality fashion. Besides, how do you expect others to wear my creations if I never wore them myself? Did I have one other thing to share? Argamas and Brulomonda have finally returned from assignments in the faraway lands. They're staying at the Rising Stones for a while, to keep an eye on events throughout Eorzea.
Since they've been running things back at headquarters, I was wondering if I could lend a hand in Charlotte? Oh, why not? You kept cryo capping in the Pedestrian Arnex. Yes, we were lovely to have you there. I heard Agnes and Boom was, they find you carrying on our seat while we're laying comatose. With them in charge of the residence, well, we're not well. My thoughts exactly. Also, I'm confident you won't go collapsing again, because a certain someone who shall remain nameless is in the position to transport your souls to another world. Oh, fuck that, man. This shit's like rocket. And we're only level 81 in the class. I can't imagine what other shit's going on. If anything similar disastrous were to happen, we'd be well positioned to do something about it. Anyway, I got a few things to take care of, and I'll make my way to Charlian. I really hope these new clothes are enough to keep you warm and going on. It's not much, but it's the only thing I can do for you. Other than that, pray for your safe return, which I will every day. Unless I keep the contagion waiting any longer. Oh, this is why we got the care package. Here are your winter woolies, handcrafted by yours truly. And Steven's like, yeah, fuck that. Okay, so what's this one? North Sea Coast. It's not bad. Obviously, it's got me a fashion report for that. A frosty reception. I'm about to fucking ding after this one. Taru is desperate trying to retain her composure as she prepares to see fit in another perilous journey. I'm told the airship pilot has been set to meet you. Ah, there he is. Alright, this is where we're gonna separate. Do be careful, won't you? Oh shit, we got solo content. It's an honor to finally meet you. We are the Golem Ironworks. We're framing you and your contagion across the mountains in the Golem World. For many of us, it will be something on a homecoming. Iron's illustrious founder was only our notable imperial factor. For that reason, the company has committed a cessation of the expedition. Our reasons are at your disposal, and if they're not, we do to be for assistance. Please do not hesitate to ask. If you're ready to depart, I will beg the entrance. Upon the board ship, several cutscenes will play in sequence and recommend that you set. Oh boy. In addition, you will be required to participate in battle. Your progress will be saved at certain points. Oh, that's not good. In the event of your defeat, you will be trying out on release entities. Please note above, yes. I'm going to go to the bathroom because I got a feeling this is going to be a long one. Let's get a refresh in the drink. Okay, that's pretty good. Anything with coconut's amazing. Okay, so what shit we're gonna make touchdown here.
Ilsabad, divided in twain by a vast mountain range. Those who would traverse its jagged peaks face peril at every step. But why go by foot when one can simply fly?
You see the lightning stuff on the side.
On the outskirts of the Imperial capital, in the frozen wastes of the Magna Glacius, the winds howl in icy protest, as if to warn against further trespass.
Probably a million can't stand it. Shit.
We've received word from Thancred's reconnaissance party. They've sighted a detachment of heavily armed Imperials.
Survivors of the Civil War, perhaps?
Perhaps, but there is more to it than that.
Oh?
Maxima reports that they're led by Vergilia, legatus of the 3rd Legion, which comprises the bulk of their number. However, they are also joined by several members of the 1st.
From what I recall, the 3rd Legion fought for Nerva in the War of Succession following Varus's death. The 1st, on the other hand, were under the direct command of the Emperor and rejected Nerva's claim to the throne. These legions were enemies.
Were.
Indeed. In fact, our sources claim that it was a conflict between them that sparked the Civil War. Yet now, these former foes cooperate to defend a ruined Garlemald from invasion.
Then it is all but certain they have been tempered.
So, what's the plan? If me and my crew is out reaving, we charge straight in, no messing about. But that ain't what we're here for.
Quite right. Soldiers or no, they are people of Garlemald, the very ones we have come to aid. Direct confrontation is unavoidable. Nevertheless, we must make every effort to limit casualties on both sides. Rather than kill them, I would remove them from the field.
How so? Savage beatings, disarmament, and imprisonment? Not impossible, but easier said than done in the heat of battle.
Having observed the opposition, I imagine Thancred had something to suggest?
He did. He and the other scouts have already infiltrated a supply depot some distance beyond the Imperial detachment's current position. Stored within is a stockpile of Magitech armaments, and once we give the signal, Thancred's team will destroy them all. In so doing, we will deprive frontline troops of materiel, and likely force the detachment to send men to investigate.
Divide and conquer. Not a bad idea.
Once the scouts have finished their preparations, we will split into 2 groups. The first will form the vanguard, while the other brings up the rear with our supplies. As for the Scions, I ask that you lend your assistance where you deem it needed most. I would prefer, however, that you accompany the rearguard and be prepared to join the van at a moment's notice. Kept in reserve as our trump card, so to speak.
There comes the barge of resistance.
Your proposal was well received. More specifically, they asked that we destroy the Imperial's toys in as spectacular a fashion as possible.
Pistola always did have a flair for the dramatic. She's not an easy woman to please, but I shall do my best to satisfy her thirst for fireworks. All right. Once more for my peace of mind. Our first objective will be to rig the enemy's magitech with explosives. After we've withdrawn to a safe distance, we'll detonate them remotely. Our second will be to issue a deactivation command to the automated units via the control terminal. If our calculations are correct, this signal should reach those deployed on the front line, giving our friends a much-needed upper hand. A blizzard will help us stay hidden, so let's aim to get in and out before it passes. Trust in the plan, and we should all live to see tomorrow.
Okay, I'm playing as Thancred, probably.
In the meantime, I will relay messages back and forth as the situation unfolds. You'll forgive me if I ask again, but are you certain you wish to play the Lone Wolf?
Wouldn't have it any other way. Call it foolish and reckless if you like, but I'll get the job done. I always do.
Very well. I wish you the best of luck.
Delivers attack that neutralizes Imperial soldier. When the target is magitech weaponry or a guard dog, there's attack points of 100. One may skill with a fixed with deception. Master present making it possible unless it is detected and increases movement speed. Nobody has one combat. Throws a bomb and increases the sense of guard dogs, neutralizing them. Has no effect on Imperial soldiers or magitech. Assume there is nothing else you wish to confirm when the commence mission as soon as you're ready. And, which is this? There's reduction. That's no heal. Wait. Okay. My act as Anderson is most I have better things that spread even they wouldn't have. However, it has no effect on garden. Acute sense of smell and they will detect through. Okay, dog dog's wrong. At least they give you a little dab. Okay. I fucking like this book. I gotta do this again.
Keep your wits about you. It's time. We only have one shot at this, so let's make it count.
Night, night.
This is Thancred. The explosives are in place.
Very good. All is proceeding as planned. Head to the control tower. It should be to the northwest.
I like this little...
Understood. Have the others wait at the rendezvous point.
Night, night.
Seven hells.
I feel better if that's taken care of. I don't think I can drop back. Okay, am I missing something? I must be missing something here. Oh. Okay. That was pretty cool.
You are returned, and none the worse for wear, to my considerable relief.
What news from our comrades?
They stand at the ready.
Excellent. Then let the fireworks begin.
Paralyzed light rear contagious supply crate run.
The blizzard's beginning to clear. The Vanguard should be engaging the Imperials any moment now, if they haven't already. Ishtola and the others are with them, so I'm sure they'll be all right, but...
Fuck.
Wait! Something's coming!
Oh, it's bulldogs, thanks. Oh,
Oi,
shit.
oi! Looks like we ain't the only ones who sent out scouts. Keep them away from the carriages! We lose those, and we're as good as dead! Fighters! Protect the others! A brief respite, but stay alert. Keep the carriages safe.
Oh, God, damn it, million.
What impeccable timing! Fear not, friends! The savior of Ishgard is here!
A fine display, but the other carriages are still in danger. Go on ahead. We'll hold the line.
We're the only ones still struggling. Time we put our backs into it then.
Take out that fucking thing.
I've been itching for a good scrap.
Hey, it's determined to fucking destroy this.
You lot alright back there?
We're good.
We're fine and ready for more. Hear that? Get to the front and turn the tide.
And we're on the front line. Night night.
Removed from the field was not a euphemism for enthusiastically murder.
It's nothing that won't heal in time. The trouble is, their tempering has made them utterly fearless. Subduing them would be easier if they had the capacity to submit in the first place.
Well, this is the path our young charges would have us walk, and that we all agreed to follow. You knew it would be hard, yet still you pledged your lance, did you not?
That I did.
Oh.
That's Vigilia. Damn it. I need to help the others take her down.
There's no end to them!
I was wondering when you'd turn up. There's no stopping us now. Come on. Let's show them what we're made of.
Oh, this is fucking awesome.
We have them now! Forward!
Right! Let them have it!
Okay. Time to get Snid style. Oh, Hitman! Fucking Pippin's awesome. Oh no!
That's her! Vigilia!
Do not fall behind!
Oh god. awesome. For once, we're fighting against Magni. Damn, he's a tough ass bitch. God damn, Sadu. Uh-oh.
Tremble before the sun!
May your screams fill the air!
Oh, that was close. The ritual was failed.
A worthy adversary! Rest, recover, reclaim yourself. Then we will fight again, to the death.
Sadu Hatun!
Fucking Magni.
That was the last of them.
The
The day is ours, thanks to your timely arrival. What of the supply caravan? Outmaneuvered, but not outmatched. Good. Let us take the Imperials into custody and rejoin our comrades. And soon we shall arrive at the capital.
Oh, that's not fucking ominous or anything.
So cold and unforgiving. Thus spoke Emperor Solus as he gazed upon his barren domain. 800 years it had been since the Garleans first set foot here. Bested by the Kavosi after centuries of war and driven from fertile southern pastures into the blasted northern wastes. In that garden of desolation, they clung to one another for warmth, freezing, hungry, desperate, hated.
Interesting, Ethan, right?
The chosen forsaken. In the year 1513 of the 6th Astral Era, a young legatus named Solus single-handedly sparked the Magitech Revolution. How did he conceive the machina that feed on ceruleum? Once a common, soft-spoken soldier, how had he so quickly ascended through the ranks?
That's because that's you or him.
Like so many others, those who knew the truth are gone. Taking in the capital with his eyes for the first time, I recall thinking to myself, far colder on the earth than in the heavens. Yes. Far colder indeed. Bitterly so.
Not so much as a whisper.
The roads leading beyond the city walls would have been used less in recent years. Nevertheless, this was one of the most important gateways into the capital.
A buzz day and night with activity, aye. Merchants passing through the checkpoint, many of them stopping at the local hostelries.
Surely they cannot all have been tempered.
We can consider the question after we have made camp. If we spend any longer outside, we may well freeze to death where we stand. The tempered Imperials, too.
This will be our temporary base of operations. Secure shelter for ourselves and the injured, and dispatch scouts to survey the surrounding area.
If we're planning on staying here a while, we ought to give this place a proper name.
Well, the constant sound of ice cracking underfoot makes me think of broken glass. An apt name, perhaps. But enough of this. To work, everyone!
Only 2 aetherites in this sector. Looks like it's a middle level. Should be long before I have to camp with so many other hands. I was concerned the snow might hinder our progress, but our escorting friends are used to working conditions like these. I'm sorry, I'm feeling rather unwell. Can't tell if she can't stand the cold, or since she touched that fucking tower. My comrades are certainly haven't wasted any time establishing base operations. I'll go grab this thing. Roses are red, violence is due. Right. Oh, there it is. Easy. Yeah, that's 2 sectors I know. That's Exodus. Cars? It's amazing how... How much XP to get out of these fates now? What's Divine Mastery do for me? Oh, my spells actually healed me now. I don't really care. So I gained about 106,000 XP. That's not too bad. Two in here. If I can. I am not seeing a thing. Why? I guess this is underground. It's underground, isn't it? There we go. Secret is not speaking with you. This must be the last bastion of Garlemald. Yeah, I get it. Well, I'm not surprised. Can't do anything here. I was kind of hoping to snag a quick thing, but guess not. Despite the obstacles we face, our plans to seize the pace just a little further and we'll reach the capital itself. Still, we mustn't get ahead of ourselves. As soon as the camp has been made fit for purpose, we'll discuss the course of action with Lucia. Would you mind asking Ishtola and Graha to join us in that building to do the northeast of the camp? Outside and I will meet you there. A meeting? Yes, I'll make my over once my head was cleared. In truth, I've been feeling out of sorts since we arrived. The air is thick with palpable aura of malevolence. 'Tis the monstrous tower on the horizon, jagged, hideous, and unholy. Even at this distance, its presence is overwhelming. Much like the sensation I felt in the tower's eye, only far more terrifying. Either flows unceasingly towards it, converging into a swirling mass of phantomal power. For a blessing, and the constant chill in the air has helped me to anchor my senses in the here and now. Others, I shall be with you in a few moments. Like I said, I think that tower did something to her. You'll be pleased to know that most of the temper has been quartered inside the nearby buildings and are receiving treatment as we speak. I do, however, feel a small amount of guilt for commanding civilian homes. The occupants may be long gone, but everything else is exactly as they left it. Considering the length of time has been clearly passed since, one would expect them to find them ransacked. Surely there's no signs that anything had been stolen. It's possible that everyone fled to the first sign of trouble, though it seems to me they left far too many useful possessions behind. Although there is no conclusive evidence, I strongly suspect they were tempered. Sorry, I was merely thinking aloud. You mentioned a meeting? I'll make my way there. I think I might actually conclude after this scene or something. I think after, it got to the point I had to get out. Verna is in our care, along with the rest of the Temper. Glory to Goemon, glory to Goemon. They still whisper in their sleep, even though they breathe in pain. Roman taught me a lot about military strategy during exercises in the fridge. Coordinating units with widely different capabilities, surveying and securing hostile terrain, that sort of thing. Now I have a chance to put those teachings into practice. We asked the Ironworks members and some of our other comrades to stay with the airships, and if we discover, we must be ready to move on swiftly to a safer location. All that remains are Lathrum. Homes become empty house. If this is the state of outlying village, I dread to think it has become the capital. The Temper soldiers are sleeping soundly while they undergo treatment. There's too many to attend at once, but I and other heroes will see it all eventually. Hell's bells, this place is below freezing. I'd rather be tied to the top mast in a storm that suffers this cold any longer. Anyone can spare a swig of rum? That's sorting me out right now. Thank you for informing me others are meeting. When everyone's here, we'll begin.
Our present situation is as follows. Efforts to aid the people of Garlemald have begun in earnest. Moreover, having entered into the capital, the Imperial Palace is within our reach.
But before we proceed further, we must learn what has befallen this city, for therein lies the key to understanding and combating the Telophoroid's designs.
I have a suggestion, if I may. Several of the Imperial soldiers we captured on the Magna Glaciers are members of the Populares and acquaintances of mine. Once we have cured them of their tempering, they should be able to give a reliable account of the events leading to the capital's downfall.
A promising idea. I will assist the healers and their ministrations. Of course, I will require a porxie of my own, assuming you can spare one.
Would you like a hand?
No, I am sure we will manage. Better that you take my place in the field. The noxious ether of this place disagrees with me, and as I shall need to draw on my own for the treatment, 'twill be prudent for me to remain within the camp.
This talk of curing the tempered is all well and good, but I reckon the cold is a more pressing concern. All the houses round here are fitted with ceruleum heaters that could keep us warm and toasty. Problem is, the machines seem to have given up the ghost, and if we keep sitting around, freezing our asses off, we'll be next. My smiths reckon that with the right parts, they can have them working again, but it won't be easy.
Understood. The machinist will assist them in the repairs.
The rest of us should either stand watch or survey the area.
We've made our presence known to the Telophoroi. They will be searching for us, if they have not already ascertained our position. That we have seen no sign of them since the battle suggests they have yet to do so. However, I suspect they may be biding their time.
Or perhaps we are beneath their notice.
In any event, we'll find no answers standing around here. Urianger, Estinian and myself have visited Garlemald recently, so we'll lead the reconnaissance efforts. Perhaps bolstered by a few Bosnian and Dalmatian scouts from my previous excursion for good measure.
Don't forget about us Alamegans. We have experienced scouts of our own.
Well now, this is turning out to be a rather sizable team. With such numbers, we should be able to cover a wide area with relative ease, including that surrounding the Imperial Palace. How about you, Graha? I have a feeling we'll find a use or two for that vanishing spell of yours.
Twould be my honor to be of service, though I doubt that you of all people need rely on my tricks.
Your levitation spell might be useful too.
That leaves us with guard duty.
As a matter of fact, I have something else in mind for the two of you and Alphino. Between here and the center of the capital lies the Eblan Rhine. I would have you search the area for survivors. Your keen sense of direction, honed in your extensive travels, should prove useful in navigating the ice fields.
If there's any survivors, we'll surely find them. Extensive travels is something I don't understand. Well, I suppose there's nothing else that needs doing. Icefields, I love Icefield. Oh wait, no I don't.
This too is a vital task, and I appreciate your willingness to see it done. Rest assured that a serving of hot soup will be waiting for you. You all have your duties. Let us make haste. May the Fury bless and keep you.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna end it here. That's because if it was cold with however it was cold, I dread to think how we fared without. I must remember to thank her when we meet next we meet. Makes me realize too, if that wild people around have spent their lives in conditions like this, even though they'd be hard pressed to survive away from the warmth of their homes. If there are any survivors, we must find them and quickly. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end it here. So, okay, that's it for me.